Hello everybody, thank you for coming back and joining me. We're going to have a look at some of the birds and how they've been getting on. I've got some good news, some bad news. We're going to take a look and hope these are all been keeping well. So with these new colour canaries here, I had some young in the nest. Unfortunately they didn't make it. I don't know why that is, but I put them back down to nest. I've left them for 4 days. Then I put the nest liner in and the nest pan back in. I'll give them a spot on mite treatment. Same with these at the top of them. They've had a spot on mite treatment. They had one egg. They were sitting on that for a while, but I think the egg was no good. So I took the egg out, and now I'm just going to leave them for 4 or 5 days, then introduce the nest pan back in and see how they get on. Now with this hen at the top, she's got one young in there with this new colour canary. She's sitting on one young. The young's all fine, and now fingers crossed it'll make it out of the nest. The cockbird I had to put over with this hen. Unfortunately the cockbird that I had in with this hen come in one morning. I had the nest pan hanging out like one of them, I don't know what you call them, it was like on the outside of the cage, and the dad was basically dead there. The chicks were stone cold and the mother was on the perch, so I took them out. I left the hen for a day or two. I put the cockbird that was in there in with air. Within a couple of days she built up. Just waiting on some eggs. This hen here is sitting on some eggs, so fingers crossed we'll have some babies from them. And then this pair down here, as you can see, the little one on their perch just there, he's doing great. I put one of these here terracotta pots in with the nest. I took the nest out of the nest pan, put it in there, and just put him out, and the hens built up again. No eggs as of yet, but fingers crossed she'll go down again. Next to these is the new colour canaries that had 3 babies. They're doing absolutely smashing. As you can see, 2 of them are out of the little terracotta pot at the minute, just there. I've rung them up, which was not easy at all. For my first time ringing them, it was very hard. I was going to get a video of them, but the video that I got wasn't the best, so I won't be putting that on here. I did the same thing, took the nest out, put a terracotta pot in, put the nest in, and the hens are built up again. So it's a flowing pattern with these, so it must be working like that, because the hens is building. So hopefully I'll have some more eggs and some more babies. Now with the goldfinch hen at the top and the canary cock, I've read through some of my comments on my last video that I put up, and OCA commented. He said put some artificial Christmas tree around the nest, cater for the hen, never the cock, which I took the advice, and I thank you for that, Oliver. When I did that, within the same day, there's literally little bits of nesting material in the nest. I don't know if you can see it, but there's some little bits of nesting material in there. So I think the hen likes it more better like that with the cover, so thank you very much for that. The canaries at the top of them, they're sitting on some eggs also. And then you got the Feos above, which I still haven't decided on what I'm going to do with them. The two ends, fingers crossed, I'll manage to get a cock, or I'll gift them to somebody maybe. Then to the right here, we've got some Razzes, Canaries. I think they're Razzes, Irish Fancies. These had 3 young, which are doing absolutely fantastic. There's 1 white one, and I think there's 2 5 colour ones in there, which are thriving. So I took them out today. I put the terracotta pot in, I put them a new nest in, and fingers crossed they'll build up again. These canaries here are sitting on a greenfinch egg, which I've took out from the other flights outside. These are now sitting on a greenfinch egg. So what we'll do now is we'll go outside and we'll have a look how the other birds are getting on. So in this little flight outside, I've got some fantastic news. The redpolls are building and pulling the nest out. The greenfinches has made a nest. First of all, they made a nest in the nest pan. They ripped that out with the trees and the branches and things that I put in. They've made a nest in the branches. They had 1 egg. When I went in there and looked at the egg, I come back in the next day in the morning. The egg was on the floor, smashed. So I think the hen would have pulled the egg out and maybe just dropped it. I don't know. As the redpolls, like I said, are making a nest. They're ripping it out, making a nest, ripping it out. But I'm just going to leave them to it, just give them some more time to see how they get on. You know, I'm in no rush. Let the birds do what they do. The goldfinches, the Siberian goldfinches, they are doing absolutely fantastic. The nest, they've built up a massive nest. The hen and the cock are in really good condition, still feeding each other. You know, hopefully soon we'll have some eggs off them, and fingers crossed some young. The bullfinches, there's no signs from them at the minute. They're over in the corner. But let's take a look at the birds and we'll show you the birds. So these are the redpolls on the broccoli again, the fresh broccoli. This is the nest at the minute. They've built up in that, and they've ripped it out. They've built up in it and ripped it out. I've got another nest pan at the back, but they tend to keep coming to this one. So fingers crossed for them. As for the goldfinches, you can see them up the top there. They're absolutely thriving, doing fantastic. The nest that they've built, you can see in here where I had the nesting material, it's nearly all gone. So what I've been doing is I've been feeding some nesting material in the little holder here. I've been taking it out, and the nest that they've built is fantastic. Just here. So with the greenfinches, they like to hide up the top there, as you seen in the last video. The nesting pan is just at the back on the wall there. Don't know if you can see it. The camera's gone blurry. There you go. So they built up in there, they ripped it out, but just in there, where the nesting material is, if I open that, will I clear the camera up? There you go. So just in there, that's where the nest is at the minute. They laid 1 egg today, so I took the egg out, put it under the canary, because I don't want them to come back in tomorrow and then see it on the floor again. So that's why I put it in with the canary. So we'll see how I go with that. And then as for the bullfinches, they just keep hiding in the corner. I don't think they're doing anything. There's no signs. I'll just leave them to it. Just give them the food, give them the water, and leave them to it. Hello everybody. So this is a video of some of the things that I give to my birds. Just as a little treat. You don't get that every day. I'd say maybe twice, 3 times a week. So we've got some fresh apples in there. I'll show you how I prepare it all. I got some live mealworms in there. Got them from my pet shop. They're new in. They give me 2 tubs to try samples, but I do buy some live mealworms. Some oranges. I'll open them up. I'll show you again. Then we got some broccoli. All the birds get that very often. I'd say more than twice a week. Love the broccoli. I'm mad for that. And then we got some baby spinach in there. Some little spinach. And the birds love it. Bit of egg dinner in the corner. Give them some of that. And I'll show you. I'll be back with how I prepare it all. So, open the broccoli up. If you're under 18, please get supervised. With a sharp knife like this, you could hurt yourself. So if you're watching, you're under 18, please make sure somebody's there guiding you or doing it for you. So I just cut the broccoli from the stems around like that. Like that, and then I just pull them off into little branch bits like that. So then I'll just move it out to one side. I'll get the apples. Open the apples. Chop the apples up like that. Obviously I'll chop them all up. Get the orange. Give the orange a peel. Let me know in the comments as well what birds you're breeding this season. Be interested to know, and where you're watching from. That'll be good. Let's get the oranges out. Bit of thick skin. Usually I'll get little tangerines. Plenty of juices in here. Then I'll put them to one side like that, chunks like that. There. Look at that. Let's get the chunks like that. And then I'll show you how I prepare it all and how I give it to them. So this is what it is. A bit of spinach on the floor, cut up apple, bit of orange, broccoli, some live mealworms. What I do with the birds outside, this is going outside, but what I do with the birds outside, I will show you on the video. I'll get a broccoli, an old broccoli, and I'll cable tie that to the mesh. Then the birds can fly on it and eat it and so on. But yeah, I will show that. So I hope that you've enjoyed so far my videos, my updates with the birds. I will be putting some clips in there of the ends carrying nesting material, and some other little clips of the chicks and everything. I really hope that you enjoyed. Just a tip for people that I found this useful for me. Now we're going to be getting the hot weather, it's always advisable to give your birds fresh food and water. Sometimes people only give them fresh water once a day. What I've been doing is I've been keeping a bottle of water in my outside flight. So when I come in the morning, I get them some fresh water from the tap, straight in here, straight in the drink is fresh. Then I leave the bottle of water in here. I'll come in the evening, I'll fill the water. If the water feels warm, I'll go and give them fresh again. Fresh water, fresh birds. Another thing, I've got a book that I'm going to be giving out when I get to 100 subscribers on YouTube. So I'll put a photo up of the book. I think it's Mules and Hybrids. It's a very good book. So for the first 100 subscribers that I get, please comment as well. I'll pick a random person from the comments who I'm going to be giving the book to. So thank you everybody very much for coming onto my YouTube channel and showing me some support and tips. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you.